Just did an impassioned video a second ago because I just feel like that there's a spirit of heaviness like upon us right now. And I know I don't feel like I'm alone in this. And I just really just felt like this urgency in my spirit because I feel like the enemy is like come up against us hard right now in this hour, because it's an hour where God is rising us up and he's bringing a harvest and fruit in our life after years of being in that wilderness season where we feel so stripped of everything. And we're empty, but that's because God is going to refill us and he's doing something new right now. And I just really felt strongly like spiritual oppression and depression in this hour, and darkness, and just like this like haze upon the body of like the enemy saying like, you know, go to sleep. Like you don't even have energy to live anymore. You don't have energy for the promise that God wants to send you. Just put the covers back over your head, like keep scrolling. And so I was praying against that this morning, and like a verse came to mind, Ezekiel, I think 37, which is God like saying to Elijah, can these dry bones live again? And Elijah's like, Lord, you know. And God is like, prophesy to these bones, prophesy to live again. And Elijah does that. So we see Jesus raising the dead, but God literally raised bones, a pile of dry bones. They didn't even have flesh on them. There was no human body. Like that's how far gone they were. They were just bones, dry bones. So God allowed to rise again. He put flesh on them and sinews and bones, and he melded them together, and then he put breath and life in them. And that's what I feel like God is saying to us again now, is that we can have breath and we can live again. We can live again. We can love again. That we can just like wash off like the grief and like the past season of dryness, and we can have life again, and we can laugh again. But part of it is we're going to need to take an everything shower. We're going to need to stop eating sugar. We're going to need to like get down and start stretching and moving our bodies again. We need to physically move out of that old season that was dead, where we just had to sleep and recover. And we need to move into the season of life and of living and of getting into Jesus's presence and worshiping him again, because in that he's going to restore you. He's going to bring life. He's going to bring health. He's going to bring joy and energy again. We need energy right now in this hour. I just wanted to get on again and a little bit less impassioned, a little bit more practical, and just say that God has something new for you, and that in the new, like sometimes like it could feel really bad because God is telling you to get up and to move again. So that's it. Keep shining, my love. See you in the next word.